younger, we thought everyone was on our side. Then we grew a little and romanticized the time I saw flowers in your hair. So it takes a boy to live, it takes a man to pretend he was there. So then we grew a little and knew a lot, and now we demonstrated it to the cops. And all the things we said, we were self-assured. 'Cause it's a long road to wisdom, but it's a short one to being ignored. Be in my eyes, be in my heart.
My name is Michael Madden, and is that good?
Alright, so my name's Thomas James Reese.
My name's Chris Rogers.
My name is Brandon Lemoraine.
Okay, yeah. My name is Cameron Chester.
Hello, how do you do? She had
I have always liked Red Chair. I think Red Chair was like the first craft beer that I really liked.
Right now, my favorite craft beer is probably Deschutes Brewery Chainbreaker. Anything from that to the Wooden Brothers Hefeweizen and maybe a couple of the Rogue beers.
I like dark beers. Big fan of Deschutes Brewery. I like their porter and their stout. Both are really good.
Black Butte.
Black Butte.
Right now I've started to get into Total Domination, Ninkasi's IPA, and the Session Black from Full Sail Brewery.
I've been pretty much every time I go to the store just going off price. I like the Bridgeport beers. I like the Carnans, and then I'll go for some seasonals pretty regularly. Brands, I'd say Widmer, Bridgeport, Deschutes, so pretty local.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes, like, if I'm going to happy hour and they have like a $2 Coors Light, maybe after I have some other beers and I just want one more, I'll, like, at the end, I'll just get a one of the Coors Light or Pepsi Ruin or something like that, because it's a good value. But I think at home, I wouldn't say I haven't bought that in a long time.
Probably I'd more likely drink a lighter, cheaper beer like PBR when I'm playing drinking games with friends, or yeah, pretty much that's about it.
I would say when people are hanging out, and we're just looking to get a little rowdier, you can drink a little higher volume of it.
Well, I'm also in a fraternity, and so a lot of parties that we have at fraternities are just drink as much as you can, as fast as you can, and you're not really drinking, obviously, to enjoy the beer. You're drinking to enjoy the night,
Maybe after I drink a few of those that I mentioned earlier, I can't really taste beer anymore. I might start to drink those that don't have as great of taste.
I prefer to have nicer beers, craft beers, with like a dinner or to start out my night, rather than have it when I drink in excess, I guess.
Yeah, I guess this kind of night when you just hang out with a couple buddies and bullshitting and whatnot.
Well, after I started taking this class, I started to taste new beers because we have to do the weekly evaluations or analysis of different beers. So I started to branch out from what I knew and try new. I'm a pretty big fan of stouts, so I started to try more of those, and have learned to like IPAs as well.
Well, I'm not necessarily drinking it to get just to get drunk. I'm not just to be there. I'm drinking it to just kind of relax, unwind, enjoy the taste a little bit more, a lot more. Yeah, it's less of a social lubricant, more of a, this is what I enjoy and I'm gonna do it.
Beauty queens with the white gloves, all sick from the nightclubs. They wave pageantry, pageantry. And on my way, here it comes, the big parade. Marching bands and barricades make way for the big parade. Oh. Canvas covered in red. Violent men dance the blood ballet. And the bookies say it's the third round. Oh, we knew we would go down. If you don't, it's hell to pay, hell to raise. And on my way, here he comes, the welterweight. Take a dive.
Kind of work your way. Start with the lighter colors, I suppose, like the lighter beers that are just a little bit more expensive, maybe. Because that's another problem with, you know, drinking American craft or American like lagers like Budweiser and stuff, is it's cheap and you can get a lot of it. And when you're in college, you have, you know, a limited amount of funds, and so you have to get the most bang for your buck, you know, whatever you want to call it, especially when you're younger. So yeah, I don't know, just work your way up the price range, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Just when you go to the grocery store, try and stay at the grocery stores kind of separated out. The cheap beers are all on one end, and try and stay on the classier end, and just read the labels. They all have descriptions of what their beer's like, and just try new things. Don't be afraid if you don't like it. Somebody else will drink it. So
I feel like you can get a lot of decent stuff for that $8 to $12 range, like really quality, or what I feel after drinking that stuff would be really quality microbrews. Some of it's an acquired taste, like the darker stuff I feel like is definitely an acquired taste.
I think I'm more likely to try a beer at a restaurant or a bar or a brewery. I think that's a way better environment for sampling and like going out of your comfort zone. If I had to like give advice to someone on how to really branch out from their standard beers, or maybe they're just like getting into beer drinking, I think doing it in a social setting that doesn't involve like going to the grocery store and just looking at the racks of beer. I think going out and having either like a brewery experience or like a restaurant experience that has a nice list can really be helpful, because you get a lot of more niche beers, I think, sometimes, depending on the brewery or the place. And also, I think you get more interaction with bartenders, with the people working there who are like brewmasters, even people who are doing it and know a lot about it. I think that's where I usually branch out and decide to get something different I've never had before. Mm-hmm. I think you definitely see the break there, actually, kind of at the 21 age. Like once you can buy your own beer, I think I see a lot of the older students, juniors, seniors, drinking more craft beers, and those cost more. But I don't think it's just a price thing either. I think it's also that taste that they've acquired, and they care more about what they're drinking.
I think majority of my friends like the craft beer, but there's also some people that enjoy drinking the lighter beer because that's what they've stuck to for most of their life. I actually think it's really unique to Linfield because when I go visit my friends at other schools, I show them the beer that I drink. They've never heard of it, and they stick to the classic light beers.
I think in Linfield specifically, like there's more people experimenting with craft beers because we are surrounded by them.
But I think overall, we have we have a pretty good beer culture, I would say. Like, you can usually talk to someone and they can have a conversation about beer. You can't say that at every school you go to, I don't think. You can go to a party and actually talk about the beer you're drinking. You're usually just drinking it and at other places. But here, it's kind of a topic of conversation in some ways.
Just relax. What do I do with my hands?
I'm doing it again. I'm a little drunk. I don't eat anything today.
Yeah, oh yeah. Why don't you turn it a little bit so the label's facing me?
Yeah.
It's like a commercial.
Right?